Hey guys, happy Thursday. So I got a good one for you today. As you know, I mentioned in my previous video that I'm going to switch to a bi-weekly video schedule to give myself more time to, properly film and edit content that is, a lot more well thought out, a lot more comprehensive, and frankly, just a lot more fun. So today is my first video in my new, bi-weekly posting schedule. So I think I got a good one for you guys. So this is my Casio F-91W. I've actually made a couple of videos about this in the past. But today what I'm going to do is take this thing through its paces. Like I am going to do a full-blown durability / torture test. So this is going to be a 4-step process. Step 1, I am going to put it in the freezer for an hour to see how well it withstands sub-zero temperatures. Step 2, I am going to put it in a cup of boiling water to see how well it withstands the heat. Step 3, I am going to drop it from my second floor window onto my concrete driveway to see how well it handles large drops. And step 4, I am going to run it over with my Jeep. So without further ado, let's get started. So the current time on this, 1:57. I'm going to put this in the freezer. And I'll see you again in 1 hour. Okay, so it's now been a bit over an hour. So let's take a look at what's going on with this watch. Bring it out into the light. And yeah, still working. So the LCD screen, the numbers are a little weird, especially in the seconds indicator, but we'll see if that warms up. Now let me get the water ready for our next test, which is me dunking this thing into hot water for about 5 minutes. So let's go. While the water is heating up, I just wanted to also show you now that the LCD indicator, the seconds and stuff, it was kind of wonky before after an hour in the freezer, but now everything seems to be back normal again. Okay, so I've got some really boiling water here. I don't know if you can see properly on camera, but it's really, really hot. So I'm just going to dunk this watch in for 5 minutes and let's go. Alright, so it's been about 5 minutes now, and let's see how the watch is doing. Again, some of you might say that, oh, maybe the water wasn't boiling enough, I should have kept it on the stove, or maybe it's cooled down over these 5 minutes, but I would argue that this is very realistic because in reality, if you're exposing your own hand with the watch on to temperatures like this, you're probably going to end up in the hospital anyway. So I think this is about as realistic as you can get as far as like a heat resistance test. So let's pull the watch out, see what's doing. Nicely cooked F-91W. Ouch, kind of hot. So I can tell that the resin material here is definitely a little softer, but the watch itself, man, still working great, still ticking. You can see no real damage. I think it actually looks a little cleaner than when I first put it in. Yeah, wow, I'm surprised by this. So next 2 tests are going to be 1, I'm going to throw it out my second floor window, and 2, I'm going to run over this with my car. Okay, so quick change of plans. My upstairs window actually has this kind of netting here, which I can't figure out how to remove. So I don't know if I can just toss this out of the window onto my driveway. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go outside and just throw this in the air as high as possible. And to make up for the fact that I'm not throwing it out of the window, I'm going to throw it up in the air a total of 3 times. And let's see what happens. All right, so throwing this watch in the air, take 1. Still good. Let's do another time. Still okay. And 3rd time, I'm gonna make this one really count. Yeah, still good. If you notice, there is some damage over the sides here, but the screen itself is perfect. You know, there's definitely some bumps here, some scrapes on the sides, on this side as well. Apart from that, I mean, the screen seems perfectly okay. Wow, I'm surprised. Now let's see if it can withstand being run over at my Jeep. Okay, so another unfortunate change of plans. My Jeep's battery is actually dead. I haven't used it in months, so the battery's died. And I tried using this battery pack thing to start it again, but it's not working. So don't worry, I'm still gonna run over the watch with the car, but instead of this Jeep, I am gonna be using this Honda Pilot SUV. It's also an 8-passenger SUV. I think it's sufficiently large to where I should be able to use it to run over the watch, and it would kind of approximate what the Jeep would do. So yeah, let's give that a try. And now, moment of truth. So I ran over it once when reversing and then once when driving back again, so wow. I think I see a slight scuff on the screen, but it's very, very minor. Like you see right about that 6 there. Wow, that's a very, very minor scuff for something that's been run over by a car. Even the back here is kind of scuffed now because I guess it must have made contact with the concrete and it was kind of pushed down onto the concrete as the car drove over it. But overall, I'm amazed. The screen seems to be perfect. Again, even after throwing it up in the air, only some minor scuffs, and yeah. Alright guys, well that was very, very interesting, and my reaction to all this testing I've done on this watch can be summed up in one word. Wow. I mean, for $10 you're getting a watch that can survive being frozen, dunked into boiling water for several minutes at a time, run over by a car, thrown up in the air, and dropped by several feet and just land on concrete and just shrug it off. So I think truly, this F-91W, this humble watch here that you can get for 10 bucks on Amazon, is the best bang for the buck anywhere in the watch industry. I mean, you're getting a bunch of features, you're getting, this retro styling, and that's kind of timeless in my opinion. You're getting a light, easily wearable watch that, as I've shown today, can survive all kinds of crazy things. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and this is the first of my sort of longer videos that have taken a lot more planning and work to film and edit. It's not just off the cuff. So if you stuck with me for this long, I would highly appreciate you leaving a like on this video. Just smash that like button. I know it's cliche, but it really helps. Leave me a comment if you like what you see. And of course, a subscribe to this channel would be absolutely amazing. All right, guys, I will catch you with another one on Sunday.